politics as the unofficial rules of the game of working in your office setting. It's a complex system of power and relationships that operates within a workplace. It's about understanding who holds influence over projects, decisions, and other people, as well as how that influence is exercised and what its impacts may be. Now, why is it important that you understand the politics? If you're going to be an innovator, a corporate entrepreneur, somebody who pushes ideas within your workplace, you've got to understand it for the survival of the projects that you are going to pitch. Look, this could mean knowing who to approach first with a new proposal, whose buy-in you need to secure, or even when the best time to introduce a new project. And then the numbers speak for themselves, right? A study published by the Journal of Applied Psychology says that politically savvy individuals tend to have better career prospects, higher salaries, and greater job satisfaction. So now stay with me to the very end of this video, and I will challenge you with one powerful question that can pivot your internal pitch from a maybe to a yes. Now that we know why we need to navigate the politics, let's talk about how to navigate the politics. Number one, figure out who the gatekeepers are. So knowing who holds the key to your resources or decisions is vital. Harvard Business Review study shows that projects that are approved by senior managers are 20% more likely to succeed. So now, if you know that your CFO is the person that you most need to sway in getting your project approved, then you tailor your pitches to talk about return on investment and cost-benefit analysis. Another way of navigating the politics is creating alliances. So according to a McKinsey study, employees who help each other are 10 times more likely to be high-performing. So aligning yourself with people with similar goals to push a project might help your projects get approved. The other thing is timing. According to KPMG studies, 75% of organizational change projects fail because of timing. Now, you're not going to get approval if you go and pitch your project after the budget has been approved. You should do it before the budget is approved. The other thing to navigate is perceived risks. So a SEP study says that executives are 67% more likely to approve projects if the risks have been clearly outlined. So maybe instead of going to them with a full project, clearly outline the risks and maybe propose a pilot project to mitigate those risks. The other thing is resource allocation. So in a Gallup study, one of the big things executives have complained about is the misallocation of resources. So one of the big things you can do in your pitch is demonstrating how you can use existing resources within the organization rather than have to garner more resources. So by understanding the political nuances and backing your strategies with facts, not only do you improve the likelihood of your project getting approved, but you position yourself as a strategic thinker that is helpful to your career. One of the important things to do is to frame your pitch within the political situation of your organization. Start with aligning with the company's goals and missions. If your company's goal is simplifying healthcare, it makes sense to then pitch a project that simplifies patient diagnosis, for instance. You also have to identify the KPIs that are important to your business and then align your pitch with those KPIs. Another important thing you could do is align with current initiatives. If your company is already investing in a similar project, draw the lines between the project you are proposing complements the project the company is already investing in. So for instance, if your company has recently adopted cloud computing, then an innovation project that enhances data security in cloud computing is relevant. And I've said it before, but I will say it again. In your pitch, understand the power dynamics. Know who influences the decision makers. Not only who the decision maker is, who influences the decision maker. Tailor your pitch to align with their interests, their concerns, and ongoing initiatives. So if you have a CEO that is very excited about digital transformation, then any projects you pitch must at least show an alignment with digital transformation projects. The other important thing to do within framing your pitch is to identify your champions and detractors. So every office has early adopters and skeptics. It's not good or bad, it's just what it is. Now align with people who are most likely to immediately understand your project and get it, and get them on board to support your project. And then in your pitch, address political obstacles head on. You might just face objections just based on the politics within your organization. Look, some people might feel like you're creeping into their territory. Some people might be territorial. That's fine. You should, in your pitch, be able to address that head on and do it tactfully. So for instance, if the project overlaps with responsibilities of another team, it might be good that you work with them to put together a joint project versus a solo project. Leverage existing alliances. So one of the things that I learned when I worked in corporate is that there are no such things as permanent friends or permanent enemies, just aligned interests. And so find people that are your natural allies within the workspace and work with them to push these projects. Additionally, in your pitch, communicate the what's in it for me factor. So not just what's good for the organization, but for the individual C-level, individual manager that you are trying to convince to approve your project, share with them what it is that they will get out of it for their careers and for their work. Navigating internal politics requires a nuanced approach that goes beyond just having a groundbreaking idea, right? By integrating the political considerations into your framing and your pitching, you don't just pitch your idea, you sell a vision to everyone to get them on board, thereby increasing your chances of getting approval and for bettering your own career. And as promised, here's my challenge question to you. Identify one political obstacle you are facing and strategize on how to overcome it. Answering that could be key to propelling your innovation career, your corporate entrepreneurial career. Now listen, the path to corporate innovation or corporate entrepreneurship is fraught with a lot of obstacles, but understanding how to navigate the internal politics can make all the difference to your career. Thank you for listening.